the gaming world, titles are represented by two separate yet equally important traits. The gameplay, which can range from amazing to jank, and the box art, a stylized preview of the game yet to be played, but looks can be deceiving. These are the box art deceptions.
Usually, when a video game based on a movie comes out, it tends to have something to do with the film. This game was awkwardly twisted to make sense, but ended up being a confusing title that many people either never heard of or wanted to forget it existed. This may be a disappointment of a game, but the behind the scenes is way more interesting to look at. And for possibly more disappointing games with interesting histories, don't forget to like and subscribe for more OK Gaming. Pirates of the Caribbean was released on PC and Xbox in 2003. Developed by Russian software company Akala and published by Bethesda and Ubisoft. It received a 65 on Xbox and a 64 on PC. It was initially a sequel to Sea Dogs, a 2000s PC game, but once the Disney movie came out, it was changed to a Pirates of the Caribbean game, except in Russia, where it became Sea Dogs 2. This made it the first game related to the Curse of the Black Pearl, even though it didn't have any of the characters or locations from the movie. The only thing it shared was the logo design. In another weird twist, the narrator featured in the beginning and end cutscenes of the game was Keira Knightley. Are you keeping up with all this? I'm struggling, and I'm the one writing the script. Anyway, the first Pirates movie game was released in June 2003, but it was only on Game Boy Advance. Pirates Xbox was released a few weeks later, and would be the first and only movie tie-in game to come out on home consoles. There were releases on mobile, PSP, DS, and Game Boy Advance for the next 3 years, until finally in 2006, The Legend of Jack Sparrow released on PC and PS2. That was exhausting. Anywho, with that massive info dump out the way, let's look at the box art. The first thing we notice is the movie logo, with Jack Sparrow's signature headband and trinkets adorning a skull. Below is a strange scene of a sea battle, with enemies in ragged clothes rising out of the sea and launching an attack on the beach. This all seemed normal, except once you remember all the other movie games had the pirates cast on the cover, things get suspicious. On the back, there's still no mention of a movie, or any characters we know. Still, let's pretend they're going somewhere with this vague description. Prove your mettle against the legendary Buccaneers of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is a thrilling blend of role-playing and action that takes place in the Caribbean islands during the golden age of piracy and high seas adventure. Take command of a ship and its crew, sword fight with other captains, accept and complete daring quests, chase rumors of dangers and riches, and change allegiances amongst the colonial powers in the game. We have the Pirates movie logo on the back again, right smack in the center, just to remind us what the game is, I guess, and squeeze more movie links in. It claims open-ended gameplay, thrilling duels, naval battles that will keep you on the edge of your seat, and exploration in many different areas to keep us busy. It also flaunted gorgeous graphics and weather, which for the time was a novelty. The screenshots look pretty standard for a 20-year-old game, nothing super special, but maybe the game itself will be more interesting to look at. This was a weird intro to the game. Loading screen, company logos, loading screen, main menu, loading screen, Then you're just dumped into the game. Okay, maybe it's just because it's an older title and I've forgotten how weird they can be. Then randomly, Malcolm wanders in and tells us to grab our stuff, subtly throwing in some buttons we need to use and icons to look out for. Oh, and we don't know until later that we're playing as Nathaniel Hawke. Or sooner if you're like me and was desperately hitting buttons and accidentally opened the character screen. Okay, so just search this small room for my stuff. Easy. Except no. The controls are so strange, kinda like tank controls, except you can run and turn at the same time. I can't control the camera, and it seems to swing around whenever it likes. Found a sword. How do I get it? Oh, of course, I have to press Y to open the action menu, then select Take Item. That won't get annoying. Then I find more stuff to pick up, but what is this menu? So many icons. And the Take All Items button does not in fact take all items. I go back to Malcolm, but it takes a little tweaking to get him to either talk to me or move out the way. We equip weapons by taking this interesting route through menus. Then we're ready to train. Let's see some of this thrilling combat then, game. Right, yes. Very thrilling indeed. Also, the amount of lag and pauses was crazy, considering I was playing this on Xbox, and there was nothing else it had to do except play the game. Huh. Maybe the other 3 things on the box might deliver. I'm teleported to Port, which has this weird green filter over everything. I tried to fix it in editing to spare you from it, but this was the best I could manage. The graphics, even for 2003, were an eyesore, and no amount of squinting or filters could save it. Okay, there were probably bigger and more expansive areas to see later on, but I couldn't risk my sanity playing this game any longer than I did. So, graphics were a no. Anyway, we're just left to our own devices, with a quest log saying what we have to do, but no direction on how to do it. So this is the exploration part, I'm guessing? The music is probably the best part about wandering around. It's super jaunty and fun, almost making me forget my issues with the rest of the game. You have to get in just the right place before you can talk to anyone, which is interesting with the camera doing its own thing. I got lost trying to explore the town, so I asked someone where the tavern was, and she wasn't overly helpful with her description. So, that's 3 down, 1 to go, and I'm a little worried. It might all rest on the naval battles to redeem this game. Oh, this is the part where Keira Knightley narrates. If you can hear her over the weirdly mixed audio.
Until a squadron appeared like ghosts from the fog. A squadron under French colours. The French caught the fort's gun crews napping. In less than a half hour, Port Oxbay was in French hands. A single sloop escaped to carry the news to the English governor on Redmond Island.
What? I can't hear you. Right, naval combat. Let's see how intense and exciting it is. Is anything actually happening? Do I have to aim or just hit A and hope? Ooh, I can control the sails and direction of the ship, then change ammo, but that's about it. Towards the end of this epic fight, even the music got bored and left. Wow. I couldn't understand what was going through everyone's minds when this was developed. Why the menus and sub-menus? Why the lack of camera controls? Except in certain places where I could use up and down only, or in the ship combat where it was free moving. Why did they decide this was a good idea to be the movie tie-in game? So many questions, but I don't think I'll get answers, so I'll just leave this game alone before it hurts my brain any further. It tried, it really did, but it wasn't executed well in any way. The most interesting part of this game was the behind the scenes and the different directions it took during development. But maybe it should just be remembered as that weird Pirates of the Caribbean game. That wasn't really a Pirates of the Caribbean game. This was fun. Let's do it again sometime. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like down below.